Did you know that many seniors show certain signs in their last year of life? It's a question that can weigh heavily on the minds of families and older adults alike, especially as we grow older and start to notice changes in ourselves or loved ones. These signs can be subtle, often overlooked, but when you pay attention, you realize they tend to show up again and again among seniors in their final year. In this video here on Glow Life, we're going to explore 7 signs that often appear in the last year of life for many older adults. Whether you're a senior yourself, a caregiver, or a loving family member, understanding these changes can help you respond with compassion, support, and the right kind of care when it matters most. These aren't just physical symptoms, but also emotional and social shifts that can make a real difference in someone's quality of life. Stay with me until the end, because we'll share insights, real-life examples, and gentle advice to help you navigate this journey. With knowledge and compassion, you can make this time meaningful for yourself or the people you love. Now, let's begin. Sign 1. Noticeable decline in physical activity. One of the first and most common signs seen in the last year of life is a noticeable slowdown in physical activity. Many seniors who once took pride in walking every day, tending a garden, or keeping up with household chores start to move less and rest more. It's not just about getting a little slower with age. This change often shows up as a clear drop in stamina and strength, sometimes within just a few months. Family members might notice that a loved one who used to enjoy trips to the grocery store now prefers to stay home or ask for help more often. Friends may realize that someone who was always quick to accept an invitation starts to decline, explaining that they're tired or don't feel up to it. Sometimes the person themselves will mention feeling more fatigued, needing longer naps, or feeling out of breath doing simple things like climbing stairs or walking to the mailbox. Let's look at the example of Robert, age 84, who was always active in his church and loved to mow his own lawn. Over the course of a year, Robert started spending most of his days indoors, sitting in his favorite chair and watching the birds outside instead of being out in his yard. He shared with his daughter that just making the bed or taking out the trash left him worn out. For Robert, and for many others, this marked drop in activity was one of the clearest signs that his health was shifting in a deeper way. While it's natural to slow down as we age, a significant ongoing decrease in movement is something to pay attention to. It's a gentle signal that the body is preparing to conserve energy and focus on comfort. Recognizing this sign gives families an opportunity to provide support, adjust routines, and make the most of the time together. Sometimes, just sitting quietly with a loved one or helping with small tasks can be a source of comfort for everyone involved. Sign 2. Changes in appetite and eating habits. Another sign that often appears in the last year of life is a noticeable shift in appetite and eating patterns. Meals that once brought comfort and joy may suddenly seem less appealing. Some seniors start picking at their food, eating only a few bites, or skipping meals altogether. Favorite dishes might lose their flavor, or a person may develop new aversions to foods they used to enjoy. This change can be gradual or come on more quickly, and families might first notice it as increased leftovers in the fridge or a loved one pushing away their plate at dinner. For some, the sense of thirst also fades, leading to decreased fluid intake and more frequent signs of dehydration, such as dry mouth or dark urine. The body, in its own quiet way, begins to shift priorities, focusing less on digestion and more on comfort and rest. Consider the experience of Alice, age 80, who was known for her love of baking and always made sure family gatherings included her famous peach cobbler. Over the last several months, Alice lost interest in cooking and often picked at her meals, telling her son she just wasn't hungry. Even when encouraged, she ate smaller portions and turned down sweets she once adored. Her son realized this shift was about more than just age. It was her body signaling a deeper transition. It's natural for appetite to change with age, but when a senior consistently eats less, loses weight, or shows little interest in food, it's a gentle sign that their needs are changing. Families can respond by offering smaller, more frequent meals, focusing on comfort foods, and encouraging sips of water throughout the day. More than anything, being present and sharing meals together can be a source of comfort, even if the portions are small. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed to Glow Life yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Sign 3. More frequent and longer periods of sleep. A third sign many seniors show in their last year of life is a growing need for rest and sleep, often far beyond what they required in years past. It's not unusual to find a loved one napping throughout the day, dozing off during favorite television shows, or sleeping later into the morning. This isn't simply the result of a restless night or a busy week. Rather, it's a pattern that becomes a regular part of daily life. Friends and family may notice that conversations get cut short by drowsiness, or that an older adult is harder to wake, even for things they used to look forward to. Sometimes seniors will mention feeling tired all the time or needing to lie down after minor activities like folding laundry or making a phone call. The body, working quietly behind the scenes, begins to use more energy to keep comfortable, heal, and protect itself. Sleep becomes a way to conserve strength, manage discomfort, and bring a sense of peace. Let's remember Charles, age 82, who always enjoyed his crossword puzzles in the morning and a card game with friends in the afternoon. During his last year, his daughter noticed that he'd fall asleep with a puzzle book in his lap and even missed the start of card games because he was napping. He sometimes felt frustrated, apologizing for being lazy, but his family gently reassured him this was simply a natural change. Longer and more frequent sleep isn't something to fear, but it's a sign to recognize. Families can support their loved ones by creating a peaceful environment, making sure bedding is comfortable, and helping to adjust routines so that sleep comes easily when needed. Instead of pushing for more activity, it often brings more comfort to honor this need for rest, knowing it's a way the body prepares for the time ahead. Sign 4. Withdrawal from social activities and conversation. A fourth sign that frequently appears in a senior's last year of life is a gentle withdrawal from social activities and conversation. Someone who was once active in their community, regularly called friends on the phone, or loved to join in family gatherings, may begin to turn down invitations, stay home more often, and participate less in the chatter around the dinner table. The change can be subtle at first, then gradually more noticeable as weeks and months go by. This social retreat isn't always about sadness or depression, though those can certainly play a part. Instead, it's often the body and mind seeking quiet, rest, and a sense of peace. Older adults may find themselves easily overwhelmed by noise or large groups, preferring calm, familiar routines to new experiences. Sometimes, a loved one might sit quietly among family, listening but not speaking as much, or step away early from a celebration they once would have stayed at for hours. Take the example of Helen, age 81, who was known in her neighborhood for her cheerful smile and love of community events. Over her last year, she began politely declining invitations to book club and spent more time in her favorite chair by the window. Her daughter noticed Helen seemed content with a smaller circle and simpler conversations, enjoying quiet moments together more than busy gatherings. This shift can be difficult for families to witness. but it's important to honor the changing needs of someone in this stage. Instead of pushing for more activity or conversation, simply being present, holding a hand, sharing a quiet meal, or watching a favorite show together can provide deep comfort. Respecting this gentle withdrawal allows seniors to find their own sense of peace and connection in their own time and way. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed to Glow Life yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Sign 5. Changes in memory, focus, or communication. Many seniors in their last year of life experience noticeable changes in memory, focus, or their ability to communicate clearly. This may appear as forgetting names, misplacing everyday objects, or losing track of conversations more often than before. Sometimes an older adult might repeat questions, struggle to find the right words, or pause longer than usual before responding. For families, these changes can be subtle at first, but often grow more apparent over time. While some forgetfulness is normal with aging, a clear increase in confusion, distraction, or difficulty following conversations can be a sign the body and mind are undergoing deeper changes. Some people become more withdrawn, answering in shorter sentences, or lose interest in reading and puzzles they once enjoyed. Others may get easily frustrated or seem anxious when they can't remember something they used to know by heart. Think about Patricia, aged 79, who had always loved sharing stories and never missed a detail about her grandchildren's lives. During her last year, her daughter noticed that Patricia sometimes lost her train of thought in the middle of a story or repeated herself several times during a single phone call. At first, Patricia felt embarrassed, but with gentle reassurance, her family helped her feel comfortable and accepted. It's important for families to respond with patience, kindness, and a sense of humor when these changes arise. Avoiding corrections, letting the conversation flow, and offering gentle reminders can help everyone feel at ease. For seniors, knowing they are loved and supported, no matter what their mind remembers, provides real comfort and reassurance in this tender time. Sign 6. Shifts in mood or emotional outlook. A sixth sign that often becomes clear in the last year of life is a change in mood or emotional state. Seniors who were once upbeat and optimistic may show more sadness, irritability, or moments of anxiety. Others become more peaceful and accepting even as their bodies grow weaker. These emotional shifts can come and go, and sometimes they seem to have no clear cause. For some, there are tears over small things that never used to bring worry. Others might lose interest in old routines, hobbies, or favorite television shows. You might see your loved one become quieter, more reflective, or easily moved by memories and music. On the other hand, some seniors seem to develop a new calm, as if they're letting go of long-held stresses or old regrets. Consider the story of Howard, age 82, who was always quick with a joke and loved to tease his grandchildren. During his final year, he began to show more moments of reflection and would sometimes tear up during family meals or while listening to old songs. Howard's daughter noticed he became gentler, more affectionate, and sometimes wistful. He often expressed gratitude for the simple things: sunshine through the window, a favorite meal, or the laughter of family nearby. Changes in mood are not always easy for families to witness, but they are a normal part of the journey. Sometimes these shifts are the body's way of coping with change, or the mind's way of coming to terms with what's ahead. The best way to help is to offer steady support, listen without judgment, and simply be there through the ups and downs. This acceptance can bring a sense of peace and healing for everyone involved. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed to Glow Life yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Sign 7. Subtle changes in breathing or comfort. The final sign many seniors show in their last year of life is a shift in the way they breathe or in their overall comfort. You might notice a loved one taking shallower breaths, sighing more often, or needing to rest after just a few words or steps. Some develop new patterns, such as pausing between breaths, breathing more slowly, or experiencing shortness of breath even when sitting still. Others may seem more restless, adjusting their position frequently to get comfortable or struggling with swelling in their legs or feet. For many, these changes develop gradually. Family members sometimes hear gentle complaints about feeling winded or see a loved one sleeping with extra pillows to help them breathe. Even a small cough, extra snoring, or nighttime restlessness can be signals that the body is working harder to stay comfortable. Some people describe a sense of heaviness or pressure in their chest, while others feel more tired, especially during activities that used to feel easy. Let's remember Frances, age 83, who began to nap more and move her favorite chair closer to the window where the air felt fresh. Her son noticed she would pause to catch her breath while chatting, and she sometimes mentioned feeling puffy in her ankles. While Frances didn't want to make a fuss, these changes in her comfort were quiet signs that her body was adjusting and focusing on rest. If you notice these subtle breathing changes, it's helpful to let your loved ones set the pace and make small adjustments. Whether it's offering a fan extra pillows or a gentle hand to hold, providing reassurance, responding with patience, and helping them find comfort in their surroundings can make all the difference in creating a peaceful, loving atmosphere as the days unfold. Final thoughts. As we wrap up this gentle conversation, take a moment to reflect on the 7 signs we've explored. Which of these do you recognize in yourself or someone close to you? Maybe you've noticed a loved one sleeping more, eating less, or spending quiet time away from the crowd. These changes can be tender reminders that life is shifting and that each moment together is precious. Remember, the purpose of sharing these signs is not to bring fear, but to offer understanding and encouragement. When families know what to look for, they can offer better support, deeper compassion, and more meaningful time together. For seniors, recognizing these changes can open the door to honest conversations, greater comfort, and the chance to focus on what matters most. The last year of life is different for everyone, but with knowledge and kindness, we can create an environment filled with love, patience, and dignity. Whether you're a caregiver, a family member, or walking this path yourself, know that your presence and care make a true difference. Sometimes just being there quietly, patiently, and with an open heart is the greatest gift you can give. Thank you for joining us today on Glow Life. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.